Nice
Yeah.
to see you.
How are you? Good to see you.
Hi.
This is Robin Millen with ANS Entertainment, and Robin, you're
Okay.
going to speak.
Hi, nice to
Hi,
see you.
good morning. How are you?
Good. So I heard that you resemble the Georgian president. Is this true?
There is a resemblance, as I have been told. You know, resemblances is in the eye of the beholder, you know, so. There is a resemblance, yeah. I didn't know about it until I got there and they said, I said, I wonder why they were asking me to play this part. And they said, well, you kind of look like him. I said, oh. If it was so easy, just look like the guy. And, you know, nobody knows how he looks like, so it doesn't matter really. But it was a great opportunity, a very challenging part, you know.
When you saw him, did you agree? Do you think that you?
I could see a little bit of resemblance, yeah, sure, you know.
So tell me, how did you find this guy? How did you play him?
Well, you know, you have to, you know, there obviously there's a screenplay and there's a dynamic to the drama and to the beats in the story and the predicament and the stakes that are involved, and you start, you know, you try to draw parallels in your own life and your own insecurities and your own passions and things like that that might be at, you know, elevated at, you know, because remember you're telling a story in the middle of this crisis. So it's a heightened state of existence for him and for everybody on both sides of the conflict.
So tell me about some of those parallels. What did you find?
Well, any leader of a country, whether you agree with him or not, is going to be a very passionate lover of that of his country. I mean, there's no other reason to be aspire to that position if you don't believe in it. I mean, it could be just an ego trip. Obviously, maybe that's another movie. But there is people, you know, people love their country, you know, and that's why they're in that position. So, you know, it was important for me to start by saying, you know, the Georgians are fighting for independence and freedom. You know, who fired first, who fired second at that point is irrelevant from the actor's point of view. Is like you're fighting to preserve the integrity of your country. So once you start there, then you start building on the importance of that and what that means to you. You know, how high are those stakes, and the sort of the theoretical fight for freedom and independence. So. And I come from a country that doesn't that took those freedoms away. And in my case, I had to leave in order to preserve them.
What do you remember? What sticks out most for you in leaving when all of this was going on for you?
Well, we never left with the conceit that I wasn't really aware that we were leaving because of this sort of change and, you know, Marxism was, you know, the set of democracy, Marxism was enveloping the country. I wasn't really aware of that. I was being a victim to it as a child, but I didn't know that there was a betrayal of the revolution and the promises that were made were completely switched. I wasn't aware of that. I was 5.5 years old. But I was marching around singing the Internationale. So I was becoming, even before going to school, I wasn't even in school yet, I was getting the wave of indoctrination, you know, so, because it was everywhere, you know, and as a young child, you get, you know, sucked into it. But when we left, we never left and I was never told we're leaving the country and we're never coming back or whatever. It was like, we're going to Miami and vacation. I said, oh, cool.
It was like an adventure.
Yeah.
But
then quickly I started to realize, you know, we ain't going back there anytime soon, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what did you do in Georgia when you were there?
Work.
That's it?
Yes. I worked 2 days and then I left.
You weren't able to experience it at all?
Well, I experienced the culture a little bit at night. The first day we were there in the afternoon, we were treated to a meeting with the president, and at night a dinner with some folklore, you know, about the National Ballet and stuff like that. And, you know, I got a chance to experience the beauty of the culture a little bit for the limited time that I was there, you know.
I understand the accommodations were not the greatest for the crew.
I think it depends where they were, you know.
Yeah.
I was in a hotel in Tbilisi, so it was fine by me. But I think they had, you know, certain times they had to go into the countryside and stay wherever they could stay, you know. But that's an adventure. I don't think anybody's complaining about that. That's part of the workload, you know.
Were you recognized there
As the president of Tbilisi, of Georgia?
Did people think you were like reincarnated?
No. Yeah, you know, I was very warmly received. The Georgian people are very warm people. I mean, it's you get that right away, you know.
Are they up on your movies and American?
Pretty much, yeah. They see America. You know, not all of them get there, I would imagine, but they see a lot. You know, this is not a third world country. I mean, they see a lot of movies, especially in the capital and the bigger cities and stuff like that. Yeah.
Could you see yourself living in a place like that, or just totally leaving society?
No, I couldn't live in a place like that because my heart is in. I always need to see I need to have an island or the sea around me, you know. But not to say it's not a beautiful city, but no. So it's a bit cold from my bones.
So because of where you came from and what you experienced, do you have this political feeling? Like, would you like to someday get involved in politics?
No.
No. How come?
I'm a filmmaker.
Well, we have a lot of filmmakers or actors that, go that way.
Yeah.
That's something you're interested in.
Best of luck.
What's your next project?
I have a movie I did that's still in post called Cristiada, about the Mexican Cristero Wars in the 1920s. And that should come out, I'm not sure when yet, because we're still in post.
And what's your role in that?
I play the general of the army, of the Cristero army, a historical character.
There's a little theme running here.
I certainly hope so. I mean, work is good. The theme of work and making movies is good.
And what do you hope that audiences come away with? I found this was the most realistic depiction of war that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Well, Rennie is very talented in this genre. I mean, to be able to pull off the visceral nature of war cinematically, it's a gift he has, you know. And I think the movie, someone said to me last night, it's like the first 12 minutes of Saving Private Ryan, but it's 2 hours long. And I said, yeah, I know. But, it's rough. And I think what hopefully one of the things that you feel like could be a learning curve for all of us, is to see the brutality and the casualties of conflicts, and what happens to the innocent, Whether you side on one side or the other, the point is, shouldn't we be avoiding these conflicts, and respecting one another and finding diplomatic and humanistic relationships as opposed to, antagonistic ones. So, that's what one would hope for,
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.